I did a test recently down at the range using a flightscope versus top tracer to see how good they were, how they compared to one another. Ranges aren't open, so today we're going to be using my new launch monitor, which is the Foresight GC2, versus one of the old ones I used to have, a flightscope Mevo. Both personal launch monitors, a bit more of the high-end one to more of the affordable one. Let's see how they stack up against one another. We're going to hit 20 shots and see what the data says. Let's get into it. So how I'm going to do this, I'm going to hit 4 different clubs. I'm going to start off with my 54 degree, hitting some half shots, and I'm going to work up to my hybrid club, hitting a wedge and a 7-iron in between. 5 shots with each clubs, gathering some data, and then at the end of it I'm going to take a look at the numbers. I want to see what the carry distance like, what the launch angle's like, what the ball speed's like, what the spin rate is like. So let's get stuck into it. With further ado, we're going to go 54 degree wedge, half swings to start off. Should be seeing that if I'm swinging this about halfway, it will carry roughly 65 to 70 yards for me. So that's a good baseline for you. I know my yardages, so it'll be able to tell me where they stand relative to what the launch monitors are giving us. Let's go. So that's 5 shots with the half wedge. One thing to note there, it's taken me 13 shots to actually get 5 from the flightscope. Everyone picked up on the GC2, even with the little dots on the golf ball for the flightscope and it measured out, it's not picked up every single shot that I've hit there. Bit annoying. Let's move on to the full wedge though. Five shots with pitching wedge now. Let's see how it stacks up. Out left. Ooh, that was left. Oh, 3 and 6 are the numbers so far that have been collected. So we've hit 6 shots and got 2 from it. Not good, that. Same story there. Took me 13 shots to pick up 5 from the flightscope. I've moved it around, changed the height, done it by the book, just not picking up every shot, which is, I'm going to say, quite annoying. Let's move on to the 7-iron and see if we can hit a bit of a run of picking up shots. Okay, 5 7-irons. Let's see if it'll take as long to get these ones. Hopefully not. Absolutely stiffed it. Doesn't pick it up on the flightscope. Not going to pretend that I'm not annoyed about that. Please go in the hole. Go right, right, right. Woo! Oh, we got one finally. We got there. 15 shots again it took. 13, 13, 15. That's my overall bugbear with this at the moment. Data looks pretty good, which we'll find out at the end of this video, but the amount of shots I've had to hit to actually collect it, as opposed to the Foresight picking it up every single time, that would annoy me. If I was using this to practice and wanted my practice to be productive, informative, quick feedback coming at me, I'm just not finding this is good enough at the moment. But you know, it might surprise me on the last set. Let's go for those 5 hybrids. Roll it. Okay, so the results are in. I did say I would include a hybrid at the start of the video, but I hit about 15 shots there at the end and it didn't pick up a single one, which obviously I've mentioned throughout the video. Now I've had the balls dotted up, I've measured how far the flightscope should be back, I've raised it up onto the same level as the mat, But that was the main problem I found with that unit, is that it just wasn't picking every single shot up. I found that the Foresight GC2, on the other hand, it did. And it gave me reliable data every time. I wasn't guessing at it and looking at it thinking, that's a bit questionable. From knowing my yardages, it seemed to be on. But looking at the numbers here, when we see the gap wedge carry, the average being 55 yards, with the FlightScope Mevo, we found it to be 60 yards. So 5 yards, nearly half a club difference there already. The ball speed, 57 miles per hour, 55 with the GC2. Again, I was saying that averagely I would carry it round about 60 yards, 65 yards. It was down obviously to what I was seeing. Then when we head into the pitching wedge, what we saw with the FlightScope, again, average carry 118 versus 113 here. I wasn't hitting them full out. I think there was a couple of duds in there on both of those, which would lower the yardage. There was one at like 106, but if we took that out, the other averages were about 125. So I would say my normal yardage for a pitching wedge is 125. I do find I hit it a little bit softer in the sim, just because of space, and I'm a bit wary of it. So, you know, there, it's down again. The ball speed, when we see that 89 miles an hour, the ball speed here, 92. What I was finding throughout the test was that, even when I've practiced with this a little bit before doing this test, every single time the yardage would always be longer with the Mevo, the ball speed would always be up, and the launch angle was always higher. If we looked at the launch angle on those there, it's 28 degrees for my pitching wedge, as opposed to 26 with the Foresight. Now, I know that to be more of my number, what I would generally hit it. But, you know, unless we got out on a range and measured them from start to finish, lasered them or paced them out, who's to say which is right or wrong? And then when we head into the 7-iron, 163 average carry. Here, 162, so it actually really tightened up there in the carry. Ball speed again, 116. Here, it's up to, where are we, ball speed, 113, so again a little bit higher. Launch angle is 15 degrees, on here 17 degrees, so actually lower as we got into the 7-iron with the Mevo. And jumped up a little bit higher with the launch angle on the Foresight. So it's quite interesting, but for me, doing this test, I just wanted to see what the numbers were like, whether they were very close together, whether they were far away. Comment down below what you think, you know, they were. It would have been great to get, you know, a hybrid on here and a driver. Maybe when I'm back outdoors, when we can get onto the range, I might do this test again and use it in the outdoor mode and see what's actually being produced as we go through. But drop a comment down below. I think for me the most annoying bit is that lack of data from it, the lack of shot detection as we're going through. Comment below, let me know what you think. It was just an interesting video I wanted to do, just to see how they both stack up against each other. If you've got one of these, have you found the same problems? If you have, how have you gone about fixing that? Let everyone know how you've managed to get more shots detected with your Mevo. That would be interesting, because I do think it is a good little piece of kit. It's just that's really put me off it, as where with the Foresight, like I say, that's my monitor, because I know I can trust it every time when I'm using it for videos. I know I'm going to get the data, it's going to pick up whatever I'm doing. So yeah, that's why I've gone with the Foresight one. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you have liked that little sort of test theory. Comment down below if you want to see more videos like this. Do remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in another video very soon.